Well, while Oklahoma may well have diversified its economy in recent years, the rise or fall of the energy industry still makes a huge impact on the state. Oklahoma's energy giants may make billions, but they also spend millions. That spreads economic ripples throughout the state. And it all starts in some of the most remote places with drilling crews that work come rain or shine. It's a taxing job, but one that pays very well. We sent our Lisa Hines out to spend a day on one of those rigs, and she joins me now.
Rob, the old way of drilling was like this. Drill a hole, move the rig. Drill another hole, move the rig, and so on. Nowadays, with horizontal drilling, they can drill a hole in one direction and stay where they are, drill another hole in a different direction and still stay where they are, and continue until they're finished drilling multiple wells in all directions. This keeps the drilling company's footprint very small by disturbing less land, and it's quite economical too. We had the opportunity to go out with Cactus Energy to one such rig and see just what a day in the life of a rig crew is really like. Things are turning at Cactus Energy.
Right now, the stage of the well that we're in, we are going straight down.
Down, 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 straight as she goes, until the horizontal curve. Greg Simpson is the tool pusher and says it's an amazing feat.
If you don't try to bend it at a 90-degree angle, it will come out still straight. You know, that's the reason why it takes, say, like 900 feet or more, one reason, to build your curve so you're not bending the pipe.
Kind of like throwing a curveball, just further than home plate. Directional driller Brian Lloyd.
I've drilled a well that was 2 miles. Lateral was 2 miles, and we was within 2 foot of where we were supposed to be when we finished that well. So you can get very accurate, very accurate.
Which isn't a quick process.
It normally takes us 11 to 13 days to drill a well at this depth, and the measured depth is, say, 10-7, and we usually go through them pretty quick.
All done with a small crew.
Your driller does just that. He's there in the driller's cabin. He's the one that operates the rig, runs the rig, whether it's tripping pipe or doing the actual drilling of the well itself. Then you have your derrick hand. Whenever we're tripping pipe, he works up in the derrick, whether he's loading the elevators to put pipe in the hole or to unlash the elevators to rack pipe back in the derrick. Then you have your motor man. He does everything. He kind of looks over the mechanical equipment, but he also works on the floor during tripping activities. And then you have your 2 roughnecks, and they do everything from tripping pipe to making connections to helping out, whether it's mixing chemicals for your drilling fluid to cleaning on the rig.
And safety is key.
You've got 2 things here, safety and money. Safety comes first, because if we're not safe, well then can't anybody make any money. Because first of all, you just really don't want to get nobody hurt. I mean, after all, that's a human being, you know, and you want them to go home the same way that they came.
Rigs so technologically advanced, safety is much easier.
This style of rig that is behind me, the only time that we use tongs is to make the bit up or to break the bit, and then we set them back down on the ground. We have an iron roughneck that we call an SD80. It makes the pipe up, torques the pipe, or breaks the pipe and spin it out. So you're saving a lot of chances there for smashing body parts, being in a pinch point, you know, and so that has changed dramatically and made it tremendously safer.
Too much over, shut.
For long-term driller Sam Maddox, he likes working on this particular rig.
Most of them are all brake handle rigs, the older ones. I mean, you're on the floor in the weather. This is a Cadillac rig, out of the weather, good environment. It's changed a lot.
And after 87 hours on the job,
I'm going home.
Even with the long hours away from home, it's a job that Simpson says he enjoys.
It's a good living. It's a hard living, physically and mentally at times, but it's a good living. I've been in it for about 27 years. I mean, this is all I've ever done.
Making a good living, drilling for what runs the world, one oil well at a time.
So, Elisa, 87 hours in a week sounds like a heck of a lot of time to be at work.
Shifts for drillers like Cactus Energy are typically 12 hours. Then the crew goes off-site and cleans up at a bunkhouse. The good news is they actually only have to work 1 week on and then 1 week off, making it a little easier on the crew. All except the directional driller, and he has to stay until the drilling is complete.
Now, I've heard people say that on some of these rigs, they work in just all types of weather.
Yes, they do. Whether it be thunderstorms or ice storms, drilling will continue with the exception of too much ice that makes it hazardous or lightning that is also hazardous. And when we shot, it was in the heat of summer, and we had to wear the same fire retardant clothing the crew does, and I can tell you those aren't comfortable in the heat either.
So what about tornadoes?
Well, Rob, since many are out on the plains in the open, they do have to contend with tornadoes. In fact, Cactus Energy lost a rig when a tornado picked it up, turned it around, and sat it back down, only not in the same shape as it found it in.
So what did the crew do in that situation?
They actually have one of their buildings that is tied down and designed to withstand tornadoes that they all go and get in to ride out the storm.
All right, interesting story, Elisa, and certainly an interesting job. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Rob.